Over here. This place is nice, but it's not a home. Feels like I'm hiding down here. People like us, we need powerful friends if we're gonna make it in this world. Don't play coy. I see it in your eyes. You've killed people. Or you will. You've got the same urges as I do. Just between us, I hear the Dark Brotherhood is recruiting for some new You never heard of Tamriel's most elite guild of assassins? Rumor has it that if you take an innocent life and they notice, they'll offer you a place in the Dark Brotherhood. There, killers are free to pursue their true passion. Think about it. Word of advice. Urges aside, the Dark Brotherhood prefers to keep a low profile. Just remember, kill an innocent, get noticed. My sources say that recruiting is happening here in Anvil. I'll be at the docks if you want to talk some more. I'm not one to reveal my sources, but Fat Grakal told me that he overheard Seaworthy Sarala say that there have been some mysterious murders committed on the Gold Coast. To me, nothing says Oh, I got that from Margog the Hammer. Buy him a couple of ales and he spouts secrets like a bard spouts poetry. Just the other day, he told me that his cousin Crus killed a baker in Anvil. He received a mysterious visit that very night. You really don't know anything about the Brotherhood, do you? If they decide I don't want you to do anything. I'm just providing information. Letting you know that new opportunities are available if you're willing to spill. Don't take my willingness to help out as a sign or anything. I recognized a kindred spirit. Hey, I don't know exactly how they select new recruits. I'm just telling you what I've heard. Maybe you just need to be in the right place. That's one of the best things about the Dark.
You there. Wait for a moment, if you would. Pardon the interruption. I've been looking for you. Not me. But I have something for you. A letter. Confidential. Private. I have it here somewhere. Ah, yes. Here it is. Interesting. I'm also supposed to extend a verbal invitation to visit the lighthouse. Yes, the Anvil Lighthouse, just up the way. Emily Crow? Do you know her?
Come closer and let me look into your eyes. No remorse, no mercy. Yes, you do have the eyes of a killer. How many lives ended looking into those eyes? Enough that the Night Mother has noticed, obviously. Nothing to say? I can appreciate that. I am a speaker for the Dark Brotherhood. I speak with the voice of the Night Mother. We have been watching you. You can deal death, but you lack purpose. We can change that, if you are willing. Silence is the music of Sithis, so perhaps you will serve us well. But first we need to determine if you are worthy to join the Dark Brotherhood. You take lives easily enough, and we know that you can kill. Now, show us that you can also obey. Splendid. We shall see how well you marry business with death. But first, allow me to present you with a gift. I shall teach you how to call upon a particular... I grant you access to the Blade of Woe, sharper than any other dagger you have at your disposal. It shall be your weapon, just as silence is your armor. Wield the blade from the shadows and let its edge send you... In return, I expect only unwavering loyalty and ruthless efficiency. Now, let us discuss the task before you. A killing that shall form a covenant between us, signed in blood. The Imperial noble, Lord Quintus Gerol, has been marked for death by the Black Sacrament. Your task is simple. Find Gerol and kill him. That isn't a question we ask. Suffice to say, he offended someone enough to get them to perform the Black Sacrament. The Night Mother heard the prayer and... Excellent. The nobles...
Halt! A life of crime's not as exciting as it sounds, is it? This is your chance to escape. You people never learn, do you?
From the far-off shores of Abar's Landing, this exotic beauty puts the naughty in naughty Nereid. Behold, the stunning and...
Open for business. Can I help you with something?
Seriously, Quentin. I appreciate you providing a safe place for our meeting, but couldn't you have straightened up a bit before we got here?
My apologies, Governor. But there's no safer place south of Baron's Wall than right here. Vermin notwithstanding.
I don't know, Fortunata. This place seems to suit you.
That's no way to speak to your betters, Count Carolus. Speaking of which, when are you going to finally turn Kvatch over to a proper ruler? Your people deserve so much grace from you.
My lord and lady, please. We have a more pressing concern, and it affects us all.
Careful, Quintus. I won't be spoken to in such a manner. But you're right. The Dark Brotherhood grows stronger and threatens everything we've built here.
Primate Artorius sent him to rest, but Cathedral business forced him to remain in Kvatch. He indicates
Handle with an iron glove. But you let that glorified priest walk all over Kvatch, Count Carolus.
I govern, while Artorius handles spiritual matters and the Cathedral's defenders, the Order of the Hour. I have allowed them to patrol Kvatch until the murderer is apprehended.
Haven't the last few murder victims been suspected members of the Dark Brotherhood? Perhaps if we do nothing, this murderer will solve our problem for us.
I refuse to allow a vigilante to freely stalk the streets of my city. That is why I allowed Artorius to expand the Order of the Hour's authority.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think you and Artorius were building an army. Should I be worried, my dear Count?
We are not as ambitious and ruthless as you.
Despite his holy station, Artorias is a man. He has the same needs and desires as any other.
Lord Quintus, intruders have penetrated the estate. We need to move the three of you immediately.
Don't be alarmed, my friends. We've prepared for any contingency. Commander, secure the halls. Make sure no one follows us.
Of course, my lord. We'll find the intruders.
Show yourself, assassin. Or are you another one of those Brotherhood cowards who prefers to strike from the shadows?
We know that Quintus Gerol is dead. The Brotherhood has eyes everywhere. We have been watching you for a long time. Killing the nobles simply sealed our covenant. Now you need to meet your brothers and sisters. Not far. It's the reason I summoned you to the Gold Coast. There is much work to accomplish here, and you will be a part of that. Your new home lies to the north, hidden beneath Varen's wall. Go there, and the Black Door will pose a question. What is the flavor of fear? Reply, sublime, my brother, and the sanctuary shall be open to you. Once inside, seek out. I am the voice of the Night Mother. She conveys her will to the listener, who then passes it on to one of the 4 speakers of the Black Hand to carry out. The Black Hand, the instrument by which the Night Mother... Just a little business I had to attend to. I do like to keep my dagger sharp. The Brotherhood isn't that petty, but we do have certain obligations to uphold. I gave her the greatest gift. I am the voice of the Night.
Where am I? Must have taken a fall.
I have many fine goods.
You must be the new initiate. The speaker sent word that you were on your way. I'm the matron of this sanctuary. Obey me without question, and I'm certain we'll get along just fine. And this is for you, shrouded armor, the uniform of the Dark Brotherhood. You're one of the family now. You might as well look the part. And since you showed such expertise with the Blade of Woe, take this as well. I expect great things, Initiate. We are all brothers and sisters, children of the Night Mother and our dread father. Even lone assassins need a family. Introduce yourself to the others. Eager, are you? That's good. Explore the sanctuary, meet the others. Where did you... They were discussing that at the noble's estate, were they? Bastards. It's true. Someone has been killing our brothers and sisters. When the hunters become the hunters, we're investigating the matter. It's true. Few have the audacity to open. A little ambition is good for the soul, but only a little. Complete the contracts assigned to you. It's as simple as that. Every life you send to Sithis pleases the Night Mother and raises your profile. Complete enough jobs, we'll trust you with more difficult contracts, assign you more high-profile targets. The awards are greater, and we'll ask you to help with matters of importance to the Brotherhood. But don't get ahead of yourself. Start with Elam's. The past isn't something we talk about here. No one joins the Brotherhood and immediately... The Sanctuary has always been my home in the Brotherhood, if that's what you're asking. I've seen the Gold Coast change over the... Where did you...
So you're the new recruit, huh? No, don't tell me your name. I'll, just call you New Blade. It's easier to remember, and, it's not like I'm gonna know you for very long. Yes. Oh, I didn't mean to offend you. I just believe in full disclosure. We've lost an initiate and a fully trained assassin recently. Sure you can. So could Derisa. She still ended up face down in an anvil alley with her throat slit from ear to ear. Oh, it's a long and sordid tale, full of romance and daring-do. Or if you prefer the short version, oh no. Well, hey, I had to make a living. I was branded as a killer, so killing was what I did. Worked for the crime boss Bashira for a while. Then I had a visit one night. The speaker scared the piss out of me, but I couldn't refuse his generous offer. The Dark Brotherhood has been good to me. They taught me to focus my anger, to let the Dread Father work through. Oh, New Blade, there are always rules. The trick is to learn what they are before you get your hand caught in the sweet roll box. For us, it's all about the 5 tenets. I'm sure there's a book about them somewhere in the sanctuary. Hey, I had to make a living. I was branded as a killer, so killing was what I did. Worked for the Dorisa and Van. Just a feeling, I guess. And the Matron Astara tells us what...
It's all right, little one. Just a new smell. Your new brother or sister, come on now, Hilda. Don't be shy. Sorry, she can be skittish around strangers. New sister, welcome! Of course! It's important to get to know everyone. You're part of the family now. And family helps each other. Oh, that's not a werewolf. Well, I guess it is. But it's also little Hildegard. She's really... Hildegard is like the little sister I never had. But her true family was awful. They drank the blood of werebeasts. It's a dangerous practice, but not entirely unheard of in Nordlands. They even forced it. We assume so. But as to why she can't control her transformations, that remains a mystery. She lost control one day, and hurt another member of the tribe. They cursed her and she ran away. I found her later. She was confused, alone, nearly... I'm a skilled hunter. Taming animals is almost second nature to me. It took time, but she came to trust me. Accepted me as her big brother. Before that happened, though, well, you know, there are some things we just don't talk about in public. I hope you understand. I will tell you that we love it here. We're part of the best... I always liked to hunt and fight. Indeed I did. Kept a low profile in town. Spent most of my time in the wilderness.
Ah, I heard we had a new initiate on the premises. I was just checking my notes and realized the details concerning you are sorely lacking. She did. Interesting. I wonder what she's planning this time. Aren't you familiar with the cherished Black Marsh custom? Consuming various venomous concoctions to bolster our natural immunity? I drank so much my tongue turned green. Ha! The new initiates fall for that every time. And you as well, Initiate. I look forward to interviewing you at length when you have some time. Perhaps, depending upon what you mean by something and me. Now this one I know I've written down. Study the 5 tenets. Learn them. Memorize them. Live them. There's a copy in the sanctuary. Someplace. Such a curious mind. What more could you possibly need to know? I am a shadow scale. My life begins and ends with the dark. I could have sworn I explained this before. Let me check my notes. Well, like other Argonians born under the sign of the Shadow, I was taken upon hatching and trained to be an assassin. That makes me a good killer. What an intriguing inquiry. Attempting to ascertain if I actually like it here, or something more subtle. Well, like or dislike is meaningless. I serve the matron as I served my former sanctuary. The river carries us where it will, and that's all I prefer to say about that at this time.
So you're the new initiate. You're certainly cuter than the last one. And why wouldn't she, darling? I am her favorite after all. As a matter of fact, I'm everyone's favorite. I'm sure you'll agree soon enough. Anyway, it's a pleasure to meet you. Forward. Believe me, this is my shy and unimposing side. After all, We wouldn't want to give my beloved Simbar the wrong idea, would we? Find me later, and I'll show you what forward really looks like. Oh, you really are too easy, my darling. I'm just having fun with you. I suppose I get that from my family heritage. The Motiers are rich, powerful, and blessed with good looks, and a wicked sense of humor. Oh, there's nothing noble about my family. But I left that all behind. The wealth, the boredom, the servants waiting on me hand and foot. One day, I strangled my handmaid with a golden chain. And here I am. Life in the Brotherhood suits me. A few. The Speaker sends new initiates to the Sanctuary every so often. New blood, you understand. Before you, there was a charming young lad from Glenumbra. Van something, I believe. A shame, really. He was too scrumptious to die, so... Mind your tongue, Initiate. We're the murderers, not the victims here. But I suppose the circumstances were somewhat... unusual? Someone left Van pinned to the wall of the inn in Kvatch, held up with multiple daggers. You don't hunt the hunters. The Brotherhood hunts you. Anything else is a crime against the natural order. But... enough of this dark talk. You shouldn't know anything, darling. We're a secret organization, after all. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. These words. Our mother hears the prayer and whispers to the listener. This just got much too serious for my taste, darling. Let's talk about something, oh, I don't know, more decadent.
You must be the new initiate. I've heard some unbelievable things about you. Still, you can't be too good. Your name hasn't appeared on one of my contracts yet. What? Oh, that's a Dark Brotherhood joke. Don't you have a sense of humor? Did she now? Are you sure that's what she told you to do? Wouldn't want you to get in trouble your first day in the Sanctuary. Now that you're here, don't repeat what I say. It annoys me. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, your training. Complete a contract, receive a reward. Prove yourself, and more significant... Not everyone appeals to the Dark Brotherhood through the Black Sacrament. For those with copious amounts of gold to spare, we usually indulge their more mundane requests. Typically, you'll consult the ledger marked for death. But I've handpicked some things. Travel to the city of Kvatch. Identify the target.
What are you standing around for? Cleft Fang, a werewolf!
Wolf!
Kill it!
Werewolf! That was wrong, and it's against the law.
Ursine's brood prowls this day.
A werewolf?
Crime is not tolerated here, nor will you be. A werewolf! Here!
Guards! A werewolf!
I knew I smelled something!
You're back, I see. How could I not? You're standing in my light. Well, good for you. But don't get too full of your accomplishments just yet. That was a fairly easy contract I started you with. Come back when you're ready for more. If the Speaker or the Matron give an order, though, that takes priority.
Grand Sermonizer is at it again, Nathan.
Those loudmouth fanatics! It's time to teach them a lesson about the blessings of silence!
Enough. I'll decide how we respond to these malign sermons. Initiate, I have a task for you. Once again, the pious idiots of Kvatch dare to provoke the anger of the Dark Brotherhood. As if the Grand Sermonizer didn't have enough vices to rage about. Now she's preaching against the Brotherhood. She says we are weak, powerless. A toothless dragon that inspires ridicule instead of fear. These lies must be silent. Be wary. The Tannic will meet you in Kvatch. I expect the two of you to deal with the Grand Sermonizer and show the people of that hypocritical city the real. Caution becomes the appropriate response after the deaths of two assassins, Initiate. But make no mistake, I expect you to assassinate the Grand Sermonizer. Tannic will be there to provide us. Under normal circumstances, no. These recent attacks against us, however, have made the common folk fear us. The political leaders tolerate us. And everyone who needs someone dead and can pay the cost hires us without hesitation. Our reputation remains strong. But these attacks by the Sermonizer, it could be anything. Certainly Primate Artorias and his priests have little love.
Initiate, I have my own contract in Kvatch. I'll join you in Tannic as soon as I'm finished.
3 blades on the same contract? Is that wise, Matron?
Just make sure the Grand Sermonizer dies, Initiate. That's my chief concern.
I was wondering how long it would take you to get here. Didn't Astara instill you with a sense of urgency about this mission? Yes, I say so. I find life to be... No, that would be boring. You start murdering the Sermonizer's priests, while I take on the real challenge. I'll locate... Time to dip our daggers in Sermonizer blood. Watch your back, New Blade.
I suggest you leave. Now!
Can I help you with something, Troll Breath?
Wrong, and it's against the law!
There's a hidden evil corrupting Kvatch. These villains are cowards, hiding in the shadows.
Murder is a filthy business in the eyes of Akatosh.
Cold-blooded murder!
Murder and business are the worst of all. Hear me, faithful of Akatosh.
Akatosh preserve us! Someone's been slain!
As you'll soon see.
Our quarry cowers in her family's estate outside Kvatch. I'll meet you there, New Blade. And if you really want to impress the matron, kill a few more sermonizers along the way.
The Dark Brother. A lot of them. Murder is a filthy business in the eyes of Akatosh.
You cannot break the law without consequences.
They are toothless dragons, powerless, frightened. Do not fear the Dark Brotherhood!
How could you? Someone help!
Come quietly and listen. Our quarry stirs below.
Grand Sermonizer, have you discovered the location of the sanctuary yet?
Unfortunately, this assassin expired before revealing anything useful.
I'll capture another. Try not to kill this one before we learn the location of the Dark Brotherhood's lair.
Lord Akatosh, hear our prayer. Just prepare the body, like so.
Who is that black-armored warrior? Some kind of mercenary? Now's our chance. Follow me. She tortured Simbar. Such an insult to the family. At least he knew how to hold his tongue. What foul magic is this? New Blade, beware. I feel so weak. I can't move.
Two assassins? I didn't know they came in pairs. With the proper motivation, you will reveal the location of the transaction. This is... The Black Dragon admires your kind, but I don't see
it. I'm just gonna sit here and see who comes for me first. Sithis or Tall Papa?
Tanik, are you planning to just lay down and die?
They knew we'd come for Simbar. Trapped his body with some kind of foul death magic.
Get up, you milk drinker! Sithis still has work for you to do. Initiate, the Grand Sermonizer is yours. I'll get Tanik home.
defend me, Knights of the Order of the Hour. Show this assassin the true power of Akatosh. Trust in Akatosh! Let the Dragon God guide your strikes!
Murder me if you must! It won't save your Dark Brotherhood! Seems I'll need to use something harsher than words to deal with you. The Black Dragon will make you pay for striking the service of Akatosh.
Kor brought Tannik home injured but alive. He told me you went after the Grand Sermonizer. Tell me, has the deed been done? Simbar was one of our best. To allow himself to be captured like that. I didn't think that either the Grand Sermonizer or the Order of the Hour was capable of such a feat. Why go? Black armor. I've heard rumors of such a warrior. But to seek the location of our sanctuary, it appears we're at war with an unknown adversary. I need to think about this. By the way...
Don't worry, Tannik. A cask of mead, and you'll be back on your feet in no time.
Shit, your mead tastes like bee vomit. I think I'll pass.
Oh, Tannik, I hate that this happened to you.
You worry more than the matron, Hildegard. I'll be as good as new before you know it. Ah, the new blade has arrived. Give us the room if you would, Kor.
Certainly, Tannik. But I still expect you to be completing contracts again in a few days.
I'll do my best not to disappoint you.
Take your time, Tannik. I am going to go say a prayer for your quick recovery.
Kor and Hildegard mean well, but they're worse than a couple of mother hens. You're alive. Does that mean the Grand Sermonizer is no longer with us? We're not certain what kind of magic the Grand Sermonizer placed upon Simbar's body. But I'd be dead too, if not for you and Kor. I'm indebted to you both. And I'll make sure that everyone remembers Simbar's bravery. He refused to give up our secret, no matter what the Grand Sermonizer did to him. It does make me wonder about the warrior who was able to... Simbar could easily best me in a fight, and that warrior bested him. If you encounter her again, don't underestimate her skills and abilities. She's hunting the hunters, and that's a game I have no desire to play. A chance to beat your record. How many of the Sermonizer's priests did you murder anyway? Seriously, New Blade, stay sharp out there. The roots of our trouble stretch deep below the soil. Things are gonna get worse, my friend. Mark my words.
Have you come to hear the will of our Night Mother? Yes, praise Sithis. The Black Sacrament has been performed, and we... Before I give you the name, I would like to propose a challenge. An opportunity to demonstrate your prowess. Indulge me. Your target waits in Trader's Cove. Fortuitous. It seems there's some kind of party going on in that cave. Slaying revelers is ever so satisfying. Fear is one of the Brotherhood's greatest allies, but we treasure silence as well. Show me that you are the master of quiet. The Night Mother's children must be as... I know you have many weapons at your disposal, but our Dreadfather's blade must be bloodied to keep its edge. The time has come. A red guard named Nalusi Orethi.
The guard knows how to deal with the likes of you.
You aren't normally so listless. I don't like it.
Do not dally. Is it done? Well done. What about... Excellent. The Night Mother will be pleased. Returns.
The litany has begun. The listener said you would come to me. The listener sent me to deliver the litany of blood. I placed it before the Night Mother's shrine. She said the book is meant for the kill. A test, perhaps? Go and look at the litany of blood. Tell me, assassin, what did you see? So the listener was right. Tell me, what a blessing you've received. The Night Mother has... Of course. The targets must be marked in some way. Easier than I would make it, but who am I to question them? What else would a book provided by the listener contain? Determine each target and assassinate them. Beyond that, the will of Sithis isn't for you. You've been given a sacred duty. There are no wrong people. The Dread Father welcomes every... The listener required someone special for this task, but the Black Hand wasn't sure who to assign it to. Did you have a brush with...
Halt there! Bankorai garrison is on lockdown since the death of King Aemond. Only Knights of St. Pellin and members of the royal family.
You're just the type Sergeant Antibes is looking for.
I think you should leave that alone before a guard sees you.
Got a contract? Evermore, huh? Everbore is more like it. I find the place dreadfully dull. You'd think a murder spree and a daring escape from the city guard would be exciting. But in Evermore? Not so much. Speaking of not so much...
I don't talk to people with bounties on their heads.
You need to...
Please, do not bring your troubles with the law to me. Good day to you, criminal. I said, good day.
News from the Gorge has arrived. The Maulborn have been defeated.
It's not my gold, but I'd suggest you get to work. Mournhold's a nice place to visit, but, well, you know. I do get a little homesick on occasion. A night of dusky beauties and Sujama scrib jelly shots are hard to come by on the Gold Coast. Here, save a little for your next visit.